I am the owner of the Cast Iron Grill. I opened 17 years ago. Actually, yesterday was our 17th anniversary. And I was a stay-at-home mom before that. I stayed at home for 15 years and then opened 17 years ago. And so I'm the owner and operator. I work every day as a manager. You know, we just made it through the day. That was it. We didn't do anything special. So like I said, I stayed at home for 15 years. And my youngest son at the time, it was his last year of elementary school. He'd be going into middle school. And so I kind of thought maybe it was time for me to think about starting to do something. And so I was sitting in church, didn't know what it would be because I loved being a stay-at-home mom. But I was sitting in church one Sunday and the pastor just kind of challenged the congregation that if we were really seeking something, to start a prayer journal. And so that's what I did, and I prayed that the Lord would use me to make a difference in one person's life, and a year later, I opened up the Grill. So the best part of the Cast Iron Grill is the people, and so that's either the people that walk through the door. We are a part of thousands of people's lives over the last 17 years that have just become friends and family. And I am blessed enough that I work with my husband, and my youngest son is a manager here, and so is my daughter-in-law. And so I really have a group around me that makes me better. We spend hours a day working on our pies. 99% of them are family recipes from my family, or my regulars now have brought me their family recipes. And so they really are made with a lot of love, and they're all ingredients that people just don't use anymore as far as they're really high quality because it's all too expensive to use that kind of stuff. And so I think that's what makes them, you know, for years when I was the full-time baker, I prayed over each pie that I sold. And that was really special to me and to whoever was eating it. And so it's just, people love it because it's nostalgic. It reminds them of their mom or their grandma or their great-grandma or whatever. And so I think it just brings back memories for people. So we started in a little building about 3 blocks over 17 years ago. And we were at 18th and K, and it was an office building. And when we started out with 55 seats, and so the first year we knocked out one wall and another wall and whatnot. And about 3 years into it, 2011, the recession, 2010, the recession hit. And man, it was like we were building and growing and all that stuff. And it was like the faucets just turned off. And it was like we were a ghost town. And I didn't know if we were gonna make it through to the next year, to 2011. It was such a crazy, scary time. And so exactly a year later, the faucets turned back on. And immediately I was busy again, and there was the last office that I could knock down the wall and make it part of the Cast Iron Grill. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna name it the Faith Room because I have faith that I'll be able to fill it. And so we've always had a faith room since then. And that's just what it means to me. I have ran this business on faith for 17 years. And so this room just kind of symbolizes what the Cast Iron Grill is.